Update. My son and his friend are a couple. How do I let them know it's okay? Just imagine being your son's boyfriend and to all of a sudden have an actual home and parent to fall back on. All the money in the world cannot buy what you just gave him. Edit. Wow. Holy heck. I went to bed and then work. Never seen so much karma before. XD, thanks for the kind gestures and words. Close bracket. Overall this was a very sweet and wholesome post and everything, but when I got to that causal little, so I made sure he knows that he's part of our family now. I lost it. You probably won't be able to fully tell how incredibly significant that sentiment is to this kid at this time in his life. Thank you for being so wonderful. Agreed 1000%. As a Q person who has been hurt by more family and friends than I'd like to count, I wish I could have had this experience in my formative years. To the op of this post, thank you for being the figure I and so many other Q people needed but did not have. You are doing these boys a greater service than you know. Thank you. I'm sorry you've been hurt, friend. I hope you've found more joy since experiencing that. But if you're still struggling, please turn to the Q community for support. Many people can be, unfortunately, totally empathetic. I also realize you may already be part of it, but I'll leave this here in case any other folks need to see it. I'm so happy it worked out for you. I've been checking back to find out. You all sound like great people and really care about each other. Thanks for giving us the update X. I'm surprised we got the extra bonus of him being the new dad to the boyfriend as well. They're brothers now. Alabama intensifies. You made me pooping at my friend's house real awkward by me laughing alone in the bathroom. Introduce your friend to Reddit. Then all you need to say is Reddit. After laughing on the throne. I will do this. While on the throne, make sure you ask them where the poop knife is kept. Best to be prepared. Sorry if that isn't all as exciting and groundbreaking as some of you had hoped. No. This is pretty much exactly what I was hoping for. I genuinely welled up. This update is so perfect. Yeah, me too. Welling up. The second to last paragraph especially got me. I do not understand parents who abandon their kids because of their sexuality. Makes me angry and heartbroken. I can't imagine how much that must hurt. Me too. That's why when I date I always ask where they stand on that issue. I'm not interested in possibly procreating with someone who would treat my child that way. As a lesbian, I haven't asked my wife this question. Wish me luck guys. This could get awkward. I would want to know if my partner approved of straight relationships. /s. Honey, you can be whatever you want to be. Susan. I swear to God, if she marries a man because of you, we are gonna have words. Apostrophe. A will save world for gold reference in the wild. Damn. The first person I've come across that knows where my username is from. Top notch. I'm happy to hear that this worked out so well. My best mate came out of the closet years ago and he was terrified his parents would disown him. I kept telling him that his folks were awesome and it would be fine. When he finally told them, his dad's response was about bloody time we've known since you were a child. A friend told me that when he tried to come out to his sister he was bawling his eyes out, just overwhelmed with anxiety, and his sister was like, "What's wrong?" he said. "I'm gay," she responded. Right. But what's wrong? My heart. My soul. Coming from a gay 20-year-old who is scared to tell his family, I'm very glad that you are an excellent person and will hope that one day when my family finds out they will act as you have. Thank you. I'm only 24, but am a father of 2. I'll internet adopt you and say how proud I'm of you and that I love and accept you for who you are. Feel free to chat with me anytime you need an ear. Thank you. You are too kind. This will go down in Reddit lore as the Time Op became the father figure for all of Reddit and a strong frontrunner for most wholesome post. I'll take the title of Reddit Dad if nobody else wants it. Haha. Dad, can we get a dog? Ask your mom. This is an amazing update. I hope when my son is born, if he's bi or gay, he'll know he's just as loved by me as your son is by you. You're doing an amazing job as a parent. You will find that your child's gender preferences aren't in the top 100 of things that freak you out. Why the fork is he crying? will be the top 20 for the first year or so. Congrats on your boy. Remember to smell your baby. They smell like sweet milk. Then back quote, why the fork is it so quiet in the playroom for the 4ish years after that? Seriously though, congrats. Nothing prepares you for having kids. It will be amazing. I want to keep having more just to figure out how many more tiny people I could possibly love this _ much. Stick a bell on them so you always know if they are still moving. I'm not crying, you are. I know. Me too. Me, a grown man. I'm here crying not because this is the beautiful update we've all been waiting for. OFC it is. But because these kids have been so lucky to find their soulmate while overcoming discrimination. And I'm sitting here on my straight loner wishing I had someone to hug and cuddle with during this ugly quarantine. I mean, same. My boyfriend, whom I truly considered to be my life partner, broke up with me 2 weeks ago when all of this started. I have no one else left. And what I want more than anything is just to be held. Here is a hug. Internet stranger. I was almost crying when I read your initial post. I'm so happy it worked out. Your son and his boyfriend are lucky to have such a supportive and amazing adult figure in their lives. Wishing you all the best during this quarantine. Hope you all are staying safe and happy. I made sure he knows that he's part of our family now. Mathafakin baller. Keep being awesome. Op. Till a new word. Pussyfooting. Brilliant. But seriously. Yay. Great outcome. Great dad. Great redditor offering dadly advice. Good vibes in a bad time and awesome to read such a nice update. Edit. Since people asked. I'm from the Netherlands. So no. Never heard of that word despite being a fairly decent English speaker. Honest question. Where are you from that you've never heard the term pussyfooting? I've heard it all my life. Hell. That being said, I know what it means. I'm just not 100% sure how it is that it means that. If anyone could enlighten me and save me a Google search. I've always understood it to be a reference to pussy cats. They can walk really quietly and when stalking sometimes skirt around the edge of the room. That being said, I'm no etymologist. You are correct. Op, you are so freaking awesome. You talked in your first post about how great of man your son has turned out to be, but in your handling of this situation I can't help but think he certainly has a wonderful example in you. From getting clean to get him out of a bad situation, to being so loving and accepting of him. I'm proud as hell of both of you. D. Underrated comment. I couldn't agree more. Wow. Thank you for being part of this world. Q people need to hear these stories. Why just Q people? What about the less strange or odd gay people? D. All the gay people. Cos straight male. And I'm crying, I want in on these good vibes too. Just a suggestion from a Canadian. To make another Canadian feel more at home, if you guys have the ingredients and you're not hopeless in the kitchen, maybe you can try your hand at making some Canadian food. Perhaps some butter tarts. https://www.rockrecipes.com/best classic Canadian butter tarts /prg https://yao2 b/gfkj_wa2jvy, not Oz originally, of course, but popularized here by Eastern European immigrants. Or maybe some homemade poutine with some home fries. There are plenty of other options. https://n wikipedia.org/wiki/Canadian_cuisine. And maybe your son's boyfriend likes a more regional specialty, depending on where in Canada he's from. Thank you for these suggestions. His biggest food complaint here is that he can rarely find decent maple syrup here. Not that he's a Canadian stereotype or anything, haha. OMG, I didn't think this story could get better, but imagining the boyfriend as this Canadian did it. I can't comprehend how you could disown your own child for being anything other than heterosexual. It's sad. We don't have a choice in our sexual orientation. Glad he has a place and people he can consider family. Yeah, I can't wrap my head around it either. He came out at 17 and moved here from Canada at 18 for university. He lived here for about 2 weeks before his mum called him and basically said, "Don't bother coming back here, you aren't welcome anymore." Fucking horrendous if you ask me. Well, thanks for being awesome. He's going to remember that for the rest of his life, and his parents will most likely miss out on the best parts of his which they may or may not later regret. Your acceptance may have made his and your son's relationship even stronger knowing they have your support. This post is making me feel bad because my dad is just like you, and all he wants is to have a happy gay son with a nice boyfriend. Unfortunately, I'm still on this roller coaster of one night stands and bad boyfriends, and the only one he ever met was the sloppy alcoholic I dated in high school. Boy, I wish I could be more like your son. Don't put yourself down, mate. You're perfect as you are. I'm sure there's a lovely fella out there just waiting for you, and I'll bet all the money I've ever seen your dad is absolutely proud as anything to have a son like you. Thanks, I needed that.